Good morning, Jonette.
Good morning.
Next week, we're holding an ARD meeting for a student that's going to be enrolled in your course next year. I wanted to take some time to talk to you about that meeting and how you will participate and work with that student once they're in your classroom. Have you ever attended an ARD meeting?
No, I have not, and I've never had a student with any special needs or disabilities. So I have a few concerns. One of my concerns, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this student, and how much time is this student going to take up in my classroom? Will I still be able to devote time to my general ed students? I'm not real sure.
I understand your concern. We're going to talk first about how you can prepare for and participate in this ARD meeting. In the meeting, they're going to be completing an annual review. This is done for each student in the special ed department. The meeting, we will talk about the students' testing, their current grades, their progress, the courses they're taking, and their accommodations and modifications for general ed classes. You'll be asked to participate in the meeting. The student's name is Mark.
So what will I be asked to do?
Well, since Mark will be enrolled in your class next year, the committee will want to hear the types of activities that occur in your classroom. They're going to also want you to write some goals for Mark. The goals will describe what the student is expected to master in your classroom. The goals should be aligned with the TEKS and reflect the learning that occurs in your classroom. You may also be asked about accommodations and modifications that would be appropriate for him.
I'm not sure what all that means.
Well, that's why I'm here, to help you prepare for this. I'm going to be able to support you also next year while Mark is in your class. Let's start talking about the goals for your course. In the meeting, you'll be asked to contribute goals for Mark based on his abilities. The goals will be measurable, and they need to demonstrate how Mark will be able to progress in your classroom. Since he'll be part of a career cluster for the first time, it's going to be important for you to help the other members of the ARD committee understand your specific course of study. The CTE teachers are asked to participate in ARD meetings for students with disabilities. In many cases, the teachers will be asked to help create goals for this student to master all of these in your classroom, and they need to provide suggestions for appropriate accommodations and modifications in order to master the goals. Remember that these goals are based on a student's PLOP.
What is a PLOP?
Well, it stands for present levels of performance.
I see. I really need to focus on how Mark is performing already and use that to create goals for my program of study. I know the activities he'll need to do in my class, but I don't know where he's performing. Can we talk about this now?
That's a good idea. This will help you when you prepare for the ARD meeting next week. Let me tell you a little about Mark. Mark has a learning disability. He's currently functioning on grade level, but he has difficulty reading. He struggles when he's asked to read in the class. Sometimes he gets frustrated and acts out when he's asked to read in front of his peers. He is distractible, but he also needs to be reminded to stay on task. Mark responds well when he's given instruction and assistance by his peers and teachers, however.
So in my class, an objective for Mark could be mastery of practical applications at least 75%.
Yes.
Another one could be written exam questions that should be limited to no more than 4 multiple choice options.
Actually, that's more of an accommodation. The other goal could be related to a lab experience.
Okay, a lab experience in my program of study has to do with clipper cutting. So my goal for Mark will be to perform this function with no assistance by the end of the school year?
Yes.
Okay.